Hello everyone, this is Dr. Kunka Bhimalingappa working as a assistant professor in VNR VJIT Hyderabad in the Department of CSE. Welcome to the session. In this session we are going to discuss about copying list object in Python. You know, everything in Python is an object. Suppose we have a list say list 1 having the elements say 10, 20, 30, 40, first of all, what do you mean by list? List is an ordered sequence of values. So we have I have created one list by name list 1. It is having 4 elements, namely 10, 20, 30 and 40. So this is one list. If you wanted to see the content of this list, we can just by using the name of that list, we can come to know what are its contents. So these are the contents of this list. Just a second. Let me open freshly. The kernel is name list 1 is not defined, it says. First let me execute that previous cell and then come back to this cell, because the kernel has just now opened. Now if you execute this cell, it is going to you are going to get the content of that list. Our main topic is copying list object. Suppose so the assignment of this list 1 to another name, say list 2, it does not create a new list. Let us say I am assigning this list 1 to another name, that is list 2, but it is not going to create a new list. But they have same values. See, list 2 is having the same elements as that of list 1. If you wanted to test what are the values of this list 1, you can just check out. So we have concluded that they both have the same values. But this list 2 is not a new list of this list 1, because they are going to share the same ID. So if you check what is the ID of this list 1, so this is the ID of this list 1, and this is the ID of this list 2. The IDs of these two lists is the same, in the sense they are going to share the same memory location. That is the reason I told you that it has not created a new list. They are sharing the same memory location. So as the names list 1 and list 2 refer to same list object, any change made in the list will relate to both the names. Suppose if I am going to make some value of the list, we are known what are the contents of this list 1. So these are the contents of this list 1. It is having 10, it is having these values, and we are known array indexing will always starts with 0. Suppose if I wanted to change this value 20 from 20 to 25, we are known the index of this 20 is of 1. So if I wanted to change this value to 25, what will happen? Let us see. And now if you see the content of this list 1 and list 2, it is reflected in both the lists. That is, list 1 of 1 is same as list 2 of 1. See, these are the new values of this list 1. If you wanted to check the contents of this list 2, you can check. You are known I have made a change only to this list 1 value, but it also has reflected in the list 2. This is because of the reason that both the lists sharing the same storage location, having the same identifier. So even if you wanted to make a change to value of this list 2, we are known what are the contents of this list 2. So these are the contents of this list 2. So I wanted to change the value 10, which is there in the index position, that is 0, to the value 20. Then I must use the index as that is a 0, and I wanted to change that is from 10 to 20. So on execution of this statement, what will happen is this. So you have made change only with respect to list 2, but it is going to have its reflection on the list 1 as well. So if you check contents of this list 2 and list 1, So the new contents of this list 2 is this 20, 25, 30, 40. Earlier it was 10, 25, 30, 40. I made a change from 10 to 20. So, but I have made change only with respect to, that is list 2, but it is also reflected with the list 1. If you wanted to verify the contents of this list 1, you can verify. So, list 1. So, list 1 is going to have the value same as that of list 2. Yeah, I think you understood that. So, however, sometimes we need to create a copy of the list as a different object. So, first, okay, let me show this is the first list that I have created. Let me copy this. And this is the a copy of list that I have created, but they are sharing the same storage location. If you wanted to print the values of this list, you have to use this like a print statement. I am going to display the contents of this list 1 and list 2. So let me execute this line by line so that you can understand what is happening. See, this is the list 1. So in the global frame, for list 1 in the frames, global frame for the list 1 is created, and then we have displayed the contents of this list 1. We are known what are the contents of that list. Next, I have created a copy of this list. See, list 1 and list 2, they are going to share the same list of values. Because of this reason, that is list 2 is pointing where this list 1 is pointing. Next, I have displayed the contents of this list. So the contents of both the lists are same here. Yeah. So in a list there is one nested list. This 3040 is another list within the list. So even if you make changes to this value of this nested element, it is going to have impact on another list, because list 2 is a copy of list 1, and moreover they are sharing the same storage location. Therefore, they have the same identifier. If I wanted to change the value of this list 1 of 2 of 0, we are known that we have as of now 30. If I wanted to make it to 35, but I am going to make a change only with respect to this list 1, but it is going to have its effect on list 2 as well. So let us execute this and verify the contents of this, both the lists, that is list 1 and list 2. So I made change in the value 30. So if you display the contents of this list 1, instead of 30 you can find that is 35. But I made a change only with respect to this list 1. So even with respect to this list 2 also, right, you are going to have the same values. See. So this is what about copying a list, but they are sharing the same storage location. If you wanted to have a copy of the list as a different object, that is to create another instance of the list object having different different storage, we need to import the module, a copy, and invoke the function that is the copy. So that is what I am going to do now. So I am going to import copy. First let me freshly create one list, say list 1, having the elements initially say 10, 20, and then 30, and then 40. So lists are mutable. If you want to modify the value of a list, you can do so. So mutability means what? You can change the value of a list. So this is list 1. Now I wanted to create a copy of this list so that objects can have a different storage. So for that, what I am doing is I am going to call this function that is a copy dot, there is a function by name that is a copy, and I want to make a copy of this list 1, so I have to pass this as a argument. So on execution of this, see I have created a list 3 is a copy of this list 1. Now list 1 and list 2, they are having different storage location. If you want to verify what are their IDs, you can verify by means of this identifier. So first let me display what are the identifiers of these two. Yeah, this is the identifier of the list 1. Now we will find what is the identifier of this list 3. I have given the copy of a list as list 3. So these two IDs are different, in the sense they are not going to share the same storage location. So when they do not store the same storage location, if you are going to make any modification to the value of a list which is not a nested list, it is not going to have its reflection on the copy of that list. Yeah, we are known what is the content of this list 1. So as of now, being this list 3 is a copy of list 1, the contents of both of these two lists are same. Let me display what are the contents of this list 1 and also, so these are the contents of this list 1, we are known, and this is the content of this list 3. So they both have same content, but their IDs are different. In the sense, if you make any change to the value of list which is not a sublist, then it is not going to have its impact on another list, that is, which is a copy of that list. So let me show here on execution of this code. Okay, what will happen? Let us see. Let me also include this. I wanted to print list 1 values as well as list 3 values, and I also wanted to print their IDs. So let me include these statements: ID of list 1 and also ID of list 3. I am separating contents with this IDs by blank line. So for that sake, I have included this print statement. So now you can visualize this execution. So click on next. So first a global frame for this copy module is created, that is mod, and then list 1 is created, a frame for this list 1 is created. We are known the contents of this list are 10, 20, 30, 40, and then so in the output window you don't find anything as of now, but on execution of this statement, first this now list 3 is a copy of this list 3 is created here. The nested list is shared by both of these two lists. So this is the nested list, and which is shared by both of these lists, and I have displayed the contents of this list. So being this list 3 is a copy of this list, the contents of both of these two lists are same, but they are storing different storage location, so they are going to have different identifiers. So every object will have an identifier. So this is the identifier of this list 1, and this is the name error not defined. Yeah, this is not list 2, that is a list 3 we are now. So let me edit this code. This is a list 3, right? Yeah. So this is the module, copy module. List 1 is created, and then I have created list 3. Now I am printing contents of this list 1 and then printing contents of list 3, and then I am trying to find out their IDs. This is the ID of the list 1 and this is the ID of the list 3. So the IDs are different. The IDs are different. So if you are going to make any changes to the value of this list, which is not a sublist, then it is not going to have its impact on a copy of a list. So let me come back to this and show that. So you are known, these are the contents of both of these two lists, list 1 and list 3, they both are same. Now if I am going to make if I want to change the value of this, value 10 of this list 1, that is 10, which is there in the 0th position, to say that is a 15. So it is not going to have its effect on that is list 3. So if you want, you can check out. So I made a change with respect to only with list 1. So in the list 1 you can find a change in value from 10 to 15 in the index position, that is a 0. See, that is earlier it was 10, now it is showing that is a 15, but no change with respect to this list 3. Although this list 3 is a copy of this list 1, the change is not reflected because of the reason that we have used this copy function. I think you understood now. So originally the value, this was the value of this list 3. So you have got the same value with respect to this list 3. Even if you make some change with respect to this list 3, you are known that you have got list 3 from list 1. So, and we are known that list 3 is a new list because the IDs of 2, they are not sharing the same storage location. With respect to the normal elements of a list. If you are known, as of now, the contents of there is a value 20 in the list 3. I wanted to make it to change value from 20 to 25. You are known that 20 is there in the position that is 1. So I want to make it to change it to 25. But this change, it is going to have only with respect to this list 3, but not with respect to this list 1. Because of the reason that we have used this, we have created a copy of this list 3 using this copy function. So if you want to verify the contents of this list, we have known that with respect to this list 1, we have of course with respect to both the lists, as of now we have that is a 20. Now earlier I made a change with respect to list 1. This time I made a change with respect to this list 3. So it is not going to be reflected with respect to this list 1. So you can display the contents of this list 3 and list 1. So this is the so this is the original value of this list 3. Earlier it was 20. I made a change to that is a 25. So in list 3 you can find a change in value that is from 20 to 25. But in the list 1 it was 20, but you don't find any change with respect to that 20 because you are known the reason. We have used this copy. So if you want to display the contents of this list 1, you can display so that you can come to know. No change with respect to this second element, that is 20. So same thing that you are getting, that is 20. I think you have understood what is the difference between just making a copy of a list by using an assignment and making a copy of list by using this copy function, right? But if you make any change with respect to this nested value, it is going to have with respect to both the lists, that is original list and copy of the list, I can say. So if I want, these are the contents of this list 3 and list 1 as of now, you can say. So nested, this is the nested sublist having the elements 30, 40 in the second index. You are known array index always starts with 0. This is 0, this is 1. So in the index 2, with respect to both the lists, we have the values that is 40. So if I am going to make any change with respect to this nested list, it is going to have its impact with respect to the both. So first let me make some change with respect to any one of the list. Either it is a original list or say duplicate list. So let me make a change with respect to this original list first, right? You are known list 1 is the original list, and from list 1 I have got this list 3. So here what I am doing here is this list 1 of you are known 2 is a sublist having 2 elements. So I am going to make a change with respect to the first element in this nested list, that is 0, because you are known always array indexing starts with 0. So you are known right now you have that is 30. I just wanted to make it as that is a 35. So I am doing this list 1 of 2 of 0, that is 35. I told you if you are going to make any change with respect to this nested value, it is going to have its effect on the copy of that list, right? See, I made a change. First you can verify what is the content of this list 1. So I made a change from 30 to 35, you are known. So you first, do you find that change? Is there is that 30 changed to 35? Yes, you can notice that. Now, but I made a change only with respect to this list 1, but you can also find a change with respect to this list 3. Being it is a copy of list, and moreover, we have done using this what? Copy function. So because of that reason, it is reflected in copy of that list. I think you understood. So in a similar fashion, even if you make a change with the copy of this list, that is list, you are known, right, what is there in the list 3 of 2 of 1, that is a 40. I just wanted to make it, that is a 45. So as of now, list 3 of 2 1 is the same as list 1 of 2 1. You can see that we have the same value, that is a 40, but I am going to make a change only with respect to this list 3 of sublist, that is a 2, and within that sublist I want to refer to element, that is a 1. You are known, as of now you have a value, that is a 40. I wanted to make it, that is a 45. So is it going to have its change with respect to its original list or not? It is it is going to have its change with respect to the original list, being this is nested list. This is nested list. So first let us execute this and then verify the contents of both the lists, that is list 3 and list 1. So you can see, you are known, this is the original content of this list 3. Now if I made a change in a value from 40 to 45. Now if you verify the contents of this list 3, so in the list 3 instead of 40 you are going to have, say, that is 45, and we are known that it is going to have its change with respect to the list, original list, that is list 1, because we have made a change with respect to a value in the sublist, right? Sublist. So if you want to verify the contents of this list 1, you can verify. You are known, I made a change only with respect to this nested sublist of list 3, but it is going to have its change with respect to the nested sublist of the original list. You are known that list 1 is the original list and this list 3 is the copy or duplicate of that original list. So it is going to have its change with respect to that. I think you have understood that. What is the major difference between this copy function and having a copy of a list object by using this assignment? So if you are going to use this assignment, you are going to share the same storage location, but if you are going to use this copy function, you are going to have the different storage location. But they are going to share the same storage location with respect to the nested elements. For example, you have seen with respect to this let me show that. See this. This was the original list 1. This list 3 is a copy of this list. I have made using this copy, and we are known this 30 and 40 is a nested list. This 30 and 40, this list is okay shared by both the lists. That is the reason you have this signs okay pointing to this list. I think you understood that. Yeah. Next, coming back to this. So now we are going to look at a last type of this copying list object, namely that is deep copy. There may be the situation. So when you make any change with respect to this nested list, if you want it, if you don't want to have its effect on another list, then you must go for the usage of this okay deep copy. We have known that in the copy, the nested list is going to share the same storage location. So even this nested objects wanted to have a different storage location, then you can go for that is like a deep copy. So first let me create one list. You have to import, if you want to make use of this deep copy, first of all, right, you must import the module, namely that is a copy. So under this module, you have this deep copy function. So first you must import that, and then first let me create one list with the values say 10, 20. I want to have one sublist with values say 30 and 40. Right? Now, if I want to have a copy of this list by name, say that is 4, that is list 4, and I wanted to use this deep copy. So this is available in the module, there is a copy. So copy dot, how to use, that is a deep copy of what I want to have a copy of this what list 1. So how to give that name, that is list 1. So this is a deep copy, and you can display what are the contents of this lists. So you can display list 1 content, and also there is list 4 content. So being this list 4 is a copy of this list 1, they are going to have the same values. See, only you have to let me display separately. List 1, this is the content of this list 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, and this is the content of list 4. Don't get confused, I am using the copy of a list name as that is a list 4. So they both have the same values, okay, 10, 20, 30, 40. Now if you we have used this deep copy. So if you are going to make if you wanted to display what is the identifier of these lists, you can display. So as they are not going to share the same storage location, they are going to have different IDs. So this is the identifier of the list 1. Let me display identifier of this list 4. See, both of these IDs are different. Both of these IDs are different. Let me copy this part of the code